Hello, and welcome to the NAU Green Fund's tips and tricks to hack the proposal process. For those of you who aren't familiar, the Green Fund is a committee of students, staff, and faculty that manage the green fee-driven sustainability budget on campus. Each semester, students pay $15 for the green fee, which is then pooled together and allocated to sustainable green projects across NAU. If you have a sustainability-related project that you would like to see implemented on campus, our project proposal process is easily accessible. First, head to our website, nau.edu/greenfund, and scroll down to find our idea summary form. After filling out a few short and simple questions and submitting the form, you will be contacted by a Green Fund committee member who will help guide you through the proposal process and work with you to make your idea a reality. In this video, we want to familiarize you with the project application. For those of you who have never written a grant proposal or similar project application before, this document may seem a bit daunting at first. However, when you break it down, take it step by step, and ask us for help, it can be very simple. Part 1. Project Overview. This first section is where we want to get the big picture of your project. What great idea do you have for sustainability on campus? Is there an issue you have recognized on campus? What exactly does your proposed project do to make NAU more sustainable? Tell us the general who, what, where, when, and how of this section of the application. Be sure to include how this supports the Green Fund's goals of student involvement, developing a culture of sustainability, and lessening NAU's environmental impact. 2 to 3 short paragraphs should suffice for this section, but keep in mind that more complex projects will require a longer and more detailed overview summary. Following your executive summary, you will answer 5 introductory questions. The first 3 simply require a yes or no answer and cover space requirements on campus, obtaining approvals for the project, and funding of student wages. Question 4 asks you about other sources of funding. Note here if you have pursued any other possible sources of funding and whether the project is already partially funded through one of them. Finally, on question 5, note whether a Green Fund committee member has been involved in the project, and if so, who. Part 2. Project Specifics. The next section covers more in-depth information about the details and logistics of your project. While some projects will not require you to answer all of the questions in this section, we ask that you please outline how your project does not apply to the questions you skip. Right off the bat, we want to know how your proposed project aligns with the goals of NAU's Climate Action Plan, a master document that outlines NAU's plan to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and consumption. From the 7 goals listed on the application, choose one or more that your project focuses on and explain how your project addresses it. Next, we will ask about your project's community impact. How will the public learn about and interact with your project? This is a good opportunity to talk about any marketing campaigns you have planned to spread the word about your project. The Green Fund typically wants to be represented in some way. Can you put some sort of Green Fund signage, such as stickers, logos, or the like on your project? Next, we ask if you have partnered with any other groups on or off campus, and if so, what is the nature of your partnership? Questions 4 through 8 covers project parameters. It is one of the most important sections on the application, and so thoroughness and attention to detail is key for getting your application approved. Question 4 regards environmental costs and benefits. Regarding every portion of your project here, will parts be shipped from other countries? Will significant digging, clearing, or concrete pouring occur? These factors can be more significant environmental costs. Do they outweigh the potential environmental benefits of your project? Question 5. Briefly consider the financial costs and benefits. What sort of upfront costs are there? How could this save the university money in the long run? Then, in question 6, we ask if this project only requires a one-time expense, or if it will be ongoing in future years. As a follow-up to this, we ask that you note who will be in charge of future maintenance of the project when you and your team no longer attend NAU. Finally, since collecting and analyzing data from projects is a key goal of the Green Fund, Please outline how the environmental and economic benefits of this project can be measured after implementation and into the future. Part 3, Project Budget. This next section, the budget of your project, is relatively straightforward, but is also a very important part of the application. Many applications have been sent back to the applicant or denied because their budget was not detailed enough or was missing a key line item. Do your research, familiarize yourself with potential expenditures your project will require, and ensure that all elements of the project are listed here with individual price, quantity, and total price for each line item. Finally, add this all up and list your total final cost. This dollar amount will be what the committee votes on and potentially approves for your funding. You want it to be accurate. Part 4, Project Timeline. You're almost there. For the final portion of your project application, you will need to fill out a detailed timeline of when certain elements of your project will be implemented and who will be responsible. This timeline should include each major step of your project, from purchasing materials to final implementation and any ongoing costs that may be necessary. Be sure to consider possible delays such as shipping time for materials, collecting necessary approvals, and academic breaks and holidays. The committee will look at this section to ensure that your project is realistic and timely, but this section also helps you to break down your project into manageable action items that can be worked on in sequence. Finally, we include a checklist for you to ensure that each section of your application has been filled out. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to receiving your project application soon.